Yeah, Lisa gets erotica, and I wind up talking about dogs. But you know what? That's a love affair, too. Because if we're talking about the right dog, we're talking about my dog, Bijou, and her best friend, Gibbs. And Gibbs' best friend, oh yeah, oh by the way, that lady there, yes, oh no, Gibbs, no, we don't do the wrestling now. Right, the lady who has complete control of the menagerie is my wife, Duffy. And the other part of my family is Pierre O'Rourke. Pierre, you know what? We have welcomed you when you have brought down best-selling authors from all over the world. And now you're about to be one.
And I even brought you a gift because of that, because Mom taught me when you go into somebody's home for the first time, you have to show appreciation.
No, I remember that. Well, we have candy and donuts. What can you do?
I brought you a gift. It's back there because as many times as I've been in your home, this is my first time as an author.
Well, wait a minute. You mean it's not just the book?
No, you have more trinkets back.
Well, I don't know how you can top this. Note to Gibbs. All right. Tell us, first of all, about Gibbs, the star of the book.
Gibbs is a rescue. My last dog was a cattle dog, and so I wanted another dog with cattle in him. I was afraid to get another dog. I was lovingly encouraged to get a dog about a year and a half later.
A quiet and relaxed dog, as you can see.
Yes.
Completely and totally removed from any activity at all, desperately hoping to come over. Yes, right.
Hi, guys.
Oh. What do they say about kids and dogs?
The W.C. Fields quote.
Right. However, we don't have W.C. Fields. We have many dogs. We have Pierre O'Rourke. And you've only got a few minutes to tell us about where you found Gibbs.
Got him out of Arizona Cattle Dog Rescue. He was 5 months old, and we're coming up on a year together. And when I got him home, I wanted to make sure that I could be even a better dog owner than I'd been before. So I started writing notes to him and keeping notes about first helicopter, first kitty cat, first Bijou.
Like we do with Post-its,
exactly.
Right?
And
okay.
I put it on the refrigerator for him to read.
Oh, wait just a second. Hold on. That's the cover of the book.
Cleverly captured by a man named Drew Aquilina.
Drew Aquilina, who not only is your cartoonist, but also the cartoonist that we have here on Monday with the cartoon about the Morning Scramble.
Did he bring a gift?
It seems... It seems as the night follows the day. All right, so you write notes to your dog. You find that a number of your friends and family members tend to point and giggle at you.
Only since I've been able to walk and talk.
And Gibbs does not respond to the notes?
There's been a couple notes that he's eaten.
Give me an example, though. If you're talking about something that is a little difficult to explain to people, it's writing notes and leaving them on the refrigerator for your dog. Notes like what?
The very first note was a commitment I made to him. My last dog's name was Nubble, and here's the shot. Note to Gibbs, I promise I will never compare you to Nubble, but you will probably hear his name a lot. And that was the very first one, and it took off.
And that's one of the sweet, sentimental softies, and those are sprinkled throughout the book. But most of the time, you've got the peculiarity of Gibbs looking at another Gibbs.
Gibbs has trouble with mirror dog. I've got 2 full mirrors in the house, which he still hasn't quite settled to. The other day, we found out that there's a mirror down below the cash register in the grocery store. When I was going to kickboxing, he suddenly realized that there were a fleet of Gibbs in the gymnasium where we were working out. So he has a little challenge with mirrors. Luckily, there's no mirrors in here, but there is a Bijou that he likes to wrestle with.
All right, now listen, since the dogs are getting a great deal more camera time than you are, and I'm getting fed up because I haven't been on hardly at all, explain the relationship that people are hearing across the state of Arizona, Gibbs and Bijou. I'm so glad you're in total control, honey.
Oh, when I went up to check up this puppy in Flagstaff, I borrowed your lovely wife and wanted to bring...
You had heard about this rescue dog.
From a gal named Janet Jorgensen that places dogs for a living.
Yeah.
And so we headed up to check out this dog. Duffy knew I was going to get him. I did not. But we took Bijou because they had to get along. And Bijou doesn't really care that much about other animals. She's like, come see, come saw. They came walking in. I didn't even know this was the puppy Bijou ran over through the dog park and herded Gibbs out of the crowd, brought him to Duffy.
And if you want the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey used to say, you can always meet not only Pierre, but also Gibbs and occasionally Bijou at events coming up. You've got signings coming. Excuse me, do I have your attention?
Yes.
You've got signings coming up. Hello.
Yes.
At Changing Hands.
Changing Hands on the 3rd at 7 o'clock.
And Barnes & Noble.
On the 8th at 1 o'clock over on 90th Street.
And you're going to be at a big event in Tucson.
Tucson Book Festival with Mr. Drew.
Yes, with Mr. Drew. And you can watch the dogs do what they do wherever they are, because there's been a note to Gibbs said, settle down.